building, baby. I'm gonna play me another game of some Madden 20, so I'm gonna start it up right now. Hopefully I'll get some streamers seeing my game. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm back in the building, bitches. Ooh. Feeling a little sick right now.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field.
We're playing against Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is the bad boy.
Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel.
Let's go.
Pyrotechnics ablaze.
This is going to be a good game.
The Eagles will match up with the Green Bay Packers. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go!
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's go!
Here we go. Waiting! Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Kill. 57. Switch up. Pilot, 64. Wait.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And it's a short one here. Complete to
Damn, I should throw it to Jordan Howard.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Escaping the pressure.
Oh!
He can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an
damn, I fucked up.
All-out rush like that, I'd file it away. Because
my bad for my cursing.
Aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm gonna hit them with a screen soon.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down again.
Damn.
Montravius Adams providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston.
We're still pretty new in Madden.
This is fielded at the 27.
Damn, this dude's over here. Oh, he a Madden play for real.
And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the man from
Let's
Utah,
go!
this is Aaron Jones.
Get him, Fletcher!
That play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Hey, take 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Let's go!
Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams.
Is he going for it? I dare him. I dare him go for it.
Of the 1st down marker. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby.
I need to block this.
On the right hash.
Come on, Cindy Jones.
51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway.
Right there, that's good. This dude's a bum.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, if they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. He'll hit Jackson complete.
Good shit, baby.
Just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything?
I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter.
Come on, baby.
Not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. On the move to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a play fake. Wentz under a heavy rush.
I knew
and
he was
down
going to
goes. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now Wentz. Going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And taken down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, he'll get this off to Jamal Williams. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. On the toss play, Howard. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Sunday. 81.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. Now he's forced out right. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Let's go!
Past the 30 down to the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now it's Sproles. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Hey, my 7.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 657. Bring it.
2nd down and goal. Wentz. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Sack City, baby. Here we go. 120.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after
Oh
the
my
break.
God. That's bullshit. What the fuck?
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brad.
That's fucking
set and ready to
fake.
rock for the 3rd quarter.
That shit's fake, bro. I should be.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be third down.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Fletcher Cox picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just about on his own goal line. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Damn.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script? Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
Gotta love the catch.
Yo.
I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great.
Yeah.
And they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum.
I'm playing the game right now,
yeah.
yeah.
And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Rashawn Gary in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And taken right at the 35. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. picked off at the 38. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll run on first down. Howard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
That defense is nice.
Working from the gun. Wentz. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now Wentz on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again.
And look at this. It's a fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
6-6. Pull it high. Over.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. It's caught here by Adams. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you had everyone on that side, including a fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Again, it's Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question because
I scored 27 seconds.
On that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Let's go. My bad.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position. A touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete.
Dang, I even scored this game.
Up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And not all W's are created equal, CD. And this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket, and that's what they've got going forward.